Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another MetaHuman review. Today, we're going to be actually reviewing a game this time. It's going to be called Crucible, which is Amazon's very first AAA game. And all I got to say is, what a horrendous game it is.
It's
I
a
mean,
it's a train wreck almost. Well,
it's terrible.
it's
It's
not that's not fair to
terrible.
say. Yeah. I mean, granted, like we're not the best players, so that might have to do with it. And we may be slightly biased because we're just that bad. Um, but
I mean, speak for yourself.
I mean, I'm terrible. So if I'm terrible, you gotta be terrible too.
So basically, what Crucible is, it's a team-based shooter game. Basically, it just has you running around on a map trying to do objectives,
Yeah.
and pretty much just what you're trying to do is collect these hearts from these plants, and the first person to collect 3 hearts wins the game.
Yeah, like that's like the main game mode, right?
Then it had pretty much like a duo Fortnite type of thing, where it's like a battle royale where you pair up with a teammate.
Yeah.
And then just basically 2-on-2 against a certain amount of teams.
Yeah, I think
forget how many.
I think there were like about 10, 12 teams in total. There was a lot of players, and honestly, I think that one like was probably the best. At least I think for like that like type of setting, it's like the best game mode for it.
The battle royale.
Yeah. Yeah, because like the game, so like the game, when we say it was bad, like I'm not really talking about like the mechanics of it or like, you know, any of the bugs, because honestly the game ran really, really smooth, you know, like for a first game from Amazon, it was actually a really smooth launch, at least from like my standpoint. I don't know, it may be different from other people. I didn't run into any groundbreaking bugs or any lag issues. I didn't receive any frame rate drops in my game. I don't know how it was for you, but for me, like the entire gameplay mechanics was very, very good. And that's saying a lot because, you know, usually when your game first launches, especially for like online games, usually you tend to run into like server issues, being kicked from matches. There's considerable lag due to like increase of players, that kind of thing. But
it did take us a while to find a match, though. Between 2 to
yeah,
3 minutes just to find a match.
the first one took like forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because like there's just not enough players yet, or if it's just that they just need to work on the matchmaking. I don't know.
Definitely the one thing that stood out for me was definitely the characters are pretty unbalanced to me. I don't know about you, but I definitely felt like the characters were unbalanced.
Yeah.
If you can see behind Jeremy, there's a big tank guy, and I swear that guy was super OP on health.
Oh yeah, and he's like extremely quick too. Like he's like, you think, you know, for those big tank guys, you think like, okay, well they're obviously there to just tank, like be in the front lines and move slowly to like just absorb all the damage. But this dude can like honestly just charge straight into you really quickly. And like once he does that, it's really hard to get away.
I mean, I definitely used him maybe like 2 or 3 times, and basically his gun turns into like a rocket, and it like shoots him like all the way across the map.
Yeah.
And which is different because not all the characters could get around the map as quickly as other characters.
Yeah.
Which was kind of hard too for me, because I know like I wanted to try out all the different characters, and some of them was just like way too slow to get where you need to get sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if like some people might be thinking like, okay, well, I mean, if the guy obviously can just move fast, that shouldn't be a problem if you're good, right? Because like you can just play around it, just kite him, that kind of stuff. But the thing is like how Mike was saying, there's the characters that were currently there, you know, they're all very unique in terms of like how they play and also how fast they move and get around the map. So some heroes are some characters were felt really slow and sluggish, you know, more so than you think they should be. At least that's what I thought.
No. I thought the same thing.
Yeah, like for
Also.
example, the fish lady, you know, the one with like the spear rifle.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
had like the harpoon thing that kind of shot you across the map.
yeah. I mean, she's supposed to be like your everyday game sniper, without an actual scope attached to it. But she herself, like, I felt like she had like the slowest amount of time, or took the most amount of time to get around the map, because one, she moves slower than others, and two, her unique skill to get around is supposed to be like this slingshot or like this grapple hook.
Yeah.
But that grapple hook, right, I think was a little too short of a range, really, to be of any use to getting around.
I know that was one thing for us too, was the maps, or the one map is pretty huge. So it's like when you respawn back, it's like a mission just to get where you're trying to go.
Right. And I can understand like the strategy behind that, right? Because then there's other things to do in the map other than just capturing like that main heart object, right? There's like all the research projects you can, all the research capture the points you can go to. There's power-ups that are like spread out throughout the map, and so like you can respawn at any of these different points in order to go for them. However, most times what's happening is you're respawning in a certain area and you're just trying to straight get to the heart because that's how you win the game, right? Like, it doesn't really make sense to like spend all that time getting all these power-ups when you're about to lose the game because the enemy is about to capture the point.
Yeah. But I thought that was interesting about the game, which I don't know, it gives it more strategy, is that your team actually levels up while you play. And to level up your team faster is you find like these harvesting machines that give you more like these blue orbs, and how you get the blue orbs is killing like that creatures in the game, like plants and animals. So I thought that was interesting because every tier that you leveled up, it gave your characters more of like a boost stat.
Yeah, but I mean, did you really feel like having that level difference made or break a win in the game?
It definitely gives you the edge for sure, because as you leveled up for certain characters, like your weapon will hit harder, or you move a lot faster. Or I was using the soldier guy, which is the one right behind Jeremy, and it allowed me to... Oh no, sorry, it wasn't the soldier guy. There was another soldier girl that has like multiple weapons that she switches out, and as I leveled up, it let me dash more times to get across the map.
Yeah.
So it definitely gives you that edge. So I think it really does matter, which gives it the game more of a strategy. I mean, I liked it.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is like, at the end of the day, like, even if you're at a disadvantaged level, like, I don't think it really makes or breaks like the win. Like, it determines who's gonna win the match, right? Or it doesn't. I don't think it helps at all. Like, it'll maybe give you like the player an edge, but I don't think like for players it would really help them in a sense of winning, because it really is just more based down to I guess the player skill, which in itself is not a bad thing. It's just that, like, then what's the incentive to leveling up in the first place?
Well, I definitely think that it does give it an incentive, because I remember I was using a character that can send out like an orb shield around your team. And basically when you reach like level 3 or 4, it made the orb shield to like a healing orb shield. So so it doesn't just protect you, it actually heals you at the same time. So it definitely, I think, trying to figure out how you can gather these hearts while trying to level up your team for the perks is the whole strategy of the game. It gives you that edge. So it's like, if there's a team that's more focused on trying to get the hearts and you guys are trying to level up your team, when you guys are at a certain level, which you have more perks and you go after that team, I definitely think it gives you more of an advantage.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to agree to disagree. Because honestly, I don't know. Like, maybe it was just the characters I was playing, but it really, for me, I was just thinking like, what's the point of us like collecting all this XP? I felt like it really, in the end, it's just down to like who can, hit the targets the most, right? When in the team fights. or
Yeah.
you know, like how often are you gonna be caught off guard by like the other team when you're trying to regroup with everyone else?
Yeah.
I think that was like all essentially what it is just like it's really just all team communication. And I think, you know, like in any other game, that would have been like a really, really good thing. But the fact that like they're trying to push like this, the Crucible is trying to push like all these different other things like the, you know, the power ups, the XP, and then also trying to capture the point.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think it's really working. At least for me, it wasn't really working.
I'm
It could just be, you know, like it could just be the map itself, like the size of it.
No, but I think you're right. It's a very team-based game. So when me and Jeremy were playing, we were able to communicate with each other, but we weren't able to communicate with our other two teammates, which I
Yeah.
think was hard because then everyone started just veering off doing their own thing when really like you really just need to come together as a unit and tackle whatever objective that we're trying to do. So it's a lot harder. Like if you had a team of people that you know will, you know, help you guys in the game, I definitely think it's a more enjoyable game than just playing with a bunch of randos all the time.
Yeah, I think that was it. It's just like it's hard to communicate with the other team members because I mean we were on Discord, but I don't think we saw like any voice chat option at the moment, right?
No, I didn't see any.
Yeah, and so I think, you know, I don't know if that's like intentional or if that's just something they're going to implement later on because it's a full-fledged game, right? That was released.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like an early access or anything like that. So
and it's free to play, so
well, yeah,
it's almost like Fortnite has the battle pass if you really do enjoy the game.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, for the cosmetics and stuff.
Yeah, I guess it's like for the cause. It's like it's a lot like how Overwatch has, where you have the different emotes and the different skins and different voice lines and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't know. I honestly just end up feeling a little more frustrated than satisfied when playing it. Mainly because of the fact that like you couldn't really communicate with the team, or it was really hard to be on the same page as like with your other teammates who aren't in a party with you.
Yeah. I mean, like you were saying earlier, the graphics are good. I mean, decent for a free-to-play game. The gameplay, I like the gameplay, you know. I like the way the character models look. The gameplay itself was pretty smooth. I like how each character had their own power-ups and like special abilities. So each character is very unique than everybody else.
Oh yeah.
All those things I liked, but
unique.
But again, it's like they're just unbalanced, I feel like.
Yeah,
or something just feels unbalanced.
Yeah. I personally think it's really just the map size and the player count. Because like how I was saying, you know how because like I was saying before, like the other game over is like the battle royale with teams of 2. You know, I thought that one was actually probably the best one suited for Crucible because, you know, you have more than 10 people on the map at all times, or at least at the beginning, fighting it out over resources and different experience points. So I thought like, okay, that was pretty unique. I would like actually to see that like a little bit more expanded upon, if they wanted to continue it, just because,
or at least more map selection too.
Yeah, well, that was the other thing too that caught me off guard. It was like, oh, it's the same map over and over and over.
And it's for all the game modes too.
There's like 3 so far.
Yeah, I think there was the normal one.
Yeah.
The team deathmatch one, and then there was like an arcade mode.
Yeah, the arcade mode. That was like the battle royale one. Yeah. And then you also have like a training simulation thing as well, but that's just for, I think, basic controls.
But I mean, just for like my first impression of the game after playing it, we played for like a good amount of time, maybe like 4 hours we played. I don't know if I would revisit the game again.
I mean, I think this is a game where it's like it has a very, very good solid foundation in terms of like the character setup, the gun, the skills, and also the elements of the gameplay. But I think for now it doesn't really feel very much fun in its entirety to play right at the moment. I think that's
Yeah,
what killed it.
especially with the competition like Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, Overwatch.
Yeah.
I don't think it sets itself apart in a good way for people to like, okay, I'm going to stop playing this game and start trying out this game. I don't think it does it.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
think
for me it doesn't.
I don't think it really draws like away any of like the hardcore, like example for Overwatch fans. If you're an Overwatch fan, you're listening to this and you're thinking, oh, if this is a good substitute,
No,
it's not.
no.
I don't think it is anyway. I don't feel like it is. But yeah, it just feels like a copy of Overwatch, but just not as fun.
Yeah. And for me, like as a Fortnite player, I don't see myself stop to play Fortnite to play this game or invest time into this game.
Yeah. I think if they do make like some major updates to the game, I might revisit it later on in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But
well,
yeah,
hey, if they do, we should just review it again and just like an update.
Yeah,
update review.
That'll be like our part 2. I'll just like start at the intro with clips of us like complaining about the first intro.
Yeah.
And
this is what we said before, and then this is what it is now.
And then I was like, oh, now we're all happy about it. But yeah, I mean, I think they just need to make. I think in terms of like the game itself, I think they make some big changes to the maps or like the player size.
I think one thing I would like to see too is maybe different objectives. Like pretty much the whole game was just trying to collect these hearts, and then that was it. Maybe if they gave us more of like capture the flag or like hold this spawn area for a certain amount of time, and then kind of like King of the Hill. How some games have like King of the Hill. Maybe if they had different objectives to keep it a little bit more fresh.
Right.
Maybe the map is not so much of a big deal. Like I said, I would like to see more maps, but if they just like refresh the objectives every time you played, I don't know, maybe it would make it a little bit more fun, you know?
Yeah, I think so. Then also you need to like, and they also need that, and they also need to rebalance a lot of the heroes.
Yeah. Definitely some of them feel a little bit more OP than other ones for sure.
Well, some felt very OP, and then some others felt very underwhelming.
It felt weak. Yeah. Like it was a good ability, and it's an interesting ability, but it's like you're saying, like the harpoon didn't go far enough, or the BB machine, the one that's right next to Jeremy, the yellow one, would trigger out like this smoke screen. But I didn't feel like it was as effective as it should be, to give that character more of an edge, So that could have just been me.
The one for me was like the Buddhist guy. The one with like the shields.
Oh yeah.
I think he needs to be reworked as well because his attack range is very, very small. Like it's very, 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 very low. So like I felt like more than half the time I was just trying to run at the enemy, trying to like do damage. Maybe I was just playing him wrong. I could be wrong because I think he is like more of like a support type player.
As I was about to say, I think like we were saying that every character has its role.
Yeah.
So it's like you really got to strategize like what person is going to be what character. Like you got your tank, you got your military guy, you got your healer, you got your support. It's like all the kind of different ones.
Yeah, but then that's kind of hard when you're playing with pubs, right? And you're choosing your hero before you even join in.
Yeah, which I think it goes back to like if you had a team of friends that wanted to play the game with you, then I think the enjoyment of the game would be a lot more better than playing with randos all the time that you cannot communicate with.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, you can say that for like almost every game, right?
Pretty much. But I mean, some of them are just self-explanatory, like when I play Fortnite and play squads, like we pretty much know what to do,
Oh, yeah.
Or if I'm playing Call of Duty Warzone and we're all on a team, we pretty much know what to do.
Yeah.
With this one, it's more like you can't really veer off on your own because you just get like triple teamed, double teamed. Like you got to stay like as a unit.
Yeah.
In order to complete like the objectives. And once people start spreading out, like it just falls apart.
Yeah, that's true. And then like if they respawn like in a different area, then then it's like, what are you going to do after that? You can't really
or like
you can't really expect them to come to your help.
Yeah, because just like you said, so say for example, if you would like to be the support guy for the team, like, but his damage sucks, like you can't like outrank any of the people. Well, not rank, sorry, but you cannot beat any of the other players because your player is a supporter, not so much an attacker. You know,
Right.
he's more defense than offense. So it's like they all play those roles, and it's like I feel like this is a very squad team-based game.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, would I recommend it? No, I wouldn't recommend
You
it.
wouldn't.
No.
I would say like this is more of a just keep an eye open for it in the future.
No.
No,
Trash.
you're like
Trash.
you're done with
I'm
it.
over it.
Yeah.
Nope. If they do an update and Jeremy's like, let's try this out, pass. Next game.
No, like I think it can be a really, really good game in the future.
Well, that makes one of us. So Jeremy has hope. I say it's trash.
Well, because like it just came out. Like there's only one game map, and they only have like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 8 or 10 characters at total. I mean, obviously they're gonna expand it with more heroes and more. I don't even know what they're called, honestly. I call them heroes or champions. But yeah, I think like they need to add more variety of different type of games and objectives. Increase the player size or the party size really for certain game modes, and then also rework the balance of a lot of the different characters. Like maybe give it more cooldowns or limit the damage that they do or increase the damage that they do to kind of balance things out a little bit.
Agreed.
Yeah. Otherwise you're just gonna get a game where everyone just spams like one hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting that allows you to pick the same characters if you want to.
Oh,
I know like in Overwatch you can't pick the same players, right? What
No,
somebody.
Well, I mean, not the same team, but different. The enemy hero can.
No, but I mean when you're on a team of people, like if somebody picks that character, you can't pick them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just saying it's like I was just saying like you know the battle royale game that we played near the end.
Yeah.
Like the 2v2v2. Like I noticed like everyone was like picking like the raccoon guy.
Raccoon and the soldier.
The raccoon and the soldier. Like there were those like the two that I always saw like on multiple teams.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Because like the soldier, I mean he's a lot like Soldier 76. I know there's a similarity, but it's because like in terms of speed, he can get around really really quickly because of his sprint ability.
Yeah, it's like unlimited.
Yeah, and it's unlimited. I was like, the fuck? Like, you need to look at that shit, man. He's gonna be running. He literally ran around in a tree one time, just like evading like all 4 of us. And I was like, what the heck's going on? We can't catch him.
Yeah. I mean, he's a fun character to play though.
Yeah,
he's definitely probably like the most balanced character. To me.
Oh, he's the most balanced?
Balanced, yeah.
Balanced? Yeah, he's like the most vanilla. He's like a vanilla character.
Balanced.
He's like a Call of Duty character.
Balanced.
He's like a Soldier 76. He's a character we've all played in the past.
Yeah.
Nothing unique about him.
He's your most basic general character.
Yeah, he's so basic.
Yeah.
It hurts sometimes.
He's a BB. A basic bitch.
Not even.
Okay, so that is our thoughts on Crucible, Amazon's first AAA game. But what do you guys think? Did you guys play it? What do you guys think of the gameplay? Do you agree what we have to say? Let us know in the comments. But other than that, stay tuned for another game review as me and Jeremy will check out other games as they come out, give you guys an honest review about it. So stay tuned. Until then, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Stompers detected inside the
This one's empty.